Top of the day to you, or the afternoon, or the night, whatever time it may be. It is time for Three Guys Before the Game, episode number 701, recapping West Virginia and BYU and previewing WVU against Kansas State, and ancillary information on the WVU women's basketball team's record-setting win. Mountaineer baseballers win another series, plus we had a great success in taking the United Way of Mon and Preston County over their $1.2 million goal. Fantastic. And Kercheval celebrated his birthday in public. That was a fantastic event as well.
Shared it with President Benson.
Yeah, he did.
He celebrated his birthday as well.
That bromance just continues to bubble. Kercheval and the president have the same birth date.
Kercheval and downtown having big celebrations.
Yeah. I surprised they just didn't close down Stewart Hall. Painted all birthday colors there, rainbows and everything like that. I had a staggering number.
What's
a
that?
stat? A staggering stat about your birthday. It's coming up in a moment. But first, let me tell you this. Three Guys Before the Game is brought to us by GoMart. Get that download quickly of the GoMart app and immediately begin saving on your food and your fuel. Go to GoMart.com for details or just go to the App Store. By Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun, award-winning. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. By Tutor's Biscuit World, start your day the homemade way with a Tutor's Biscuit. By Comax Business Systems, keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, and efficient for 25 years. By Jan Dills, attorneys at law. They won't take no for an answer. Spreads on Stats coming up. It's brought to us by Connley CPA Group, providing value beyond numbers.
I got a nice surprise for you in that.
Oh,
Hoppy.
really?
I got a better one. My number's going to be better. And by Textual Healing.
Look forward to that.
Textual Healing brought to us by WVU Medicine, the exclusive healthcare provider for all Mountaineers, including you. All right, a lot to get into. And obviously front and center, West Virginia with just a fantastic event. I'm going to call it an event beside the game. It was a great event on Saturday. A sold-out crowd. West Virginia beats BYU 79-71. It means a whole lot for a bunch of different reasons. We'll get into all of those things. But first, as I mentioned, celebrated Kercheval's birthday during our Buffalo Wild Wings event on Friday night, and he turned
82.
71. Turned 7. Looks great for 71. But I was going to bed.
Look great,
Thank you. Appreciate
I was going to bed Saturday, and I did this math equation in my head, and it absolutely blew my mind. Here it is.
Uh-oh.
If you're 71,
Yeah.
when you hired me
Yeah.
and you were running that news department, you were 29.
Oh, really? Wow.
My twins are 30.
Wait a
And
minute.
I know how my twins act, and I know how you act. You were 50 at 29. Because if you seemed like you were 50 when you were 29. I was like, oh my gosh.
That is a good one. I
He
like
was
that. That's a good one.
29 years old. You were running that thing like a 50-year-old man. All right, we got to go get some tape. Come on, get out of there.
I think that's interesting you would say that. I think I've sort of always been 50, and I think I'm 50 now.
Yeah, me too.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
It's 50 then, I'm 50 now. Like,
Yeah, I think that's right. But that's fine.
That's a good one.
just always 50.
You had a good birthday, though, huh? People sang happy birthday to you there at the event.
Well, that was very nice. You brought that up, and of course, I was dropping hints the whole evening, seeing somebody would. But that United Way event, we had a full house there. Reached the United Way goal in Montague and Preston County.
Yes.
Had the wing eating contest.
Wow.
We had a great time.
And Golden Blue
fun.
Enterprises was
Yeah.
awesome. They brought some athletes out there.
Oh,
and
it
I
was
continue
wonderful.
to say this, guys, and I've been around this for a long time now. Undefeated. When you get those athletes out and the stories and the personalities that exist from some of these people that you may never hear of or know as a Mountaineer fan even, it's an A+ every time.
Yes.
1,000%.
Yes.
Volleyball players were awesome. The football players we had out.
Oh, my
Bubba
God.
Grayson, folks, you are going to love.
Yes.
Offensive lineman came in from Jacksonville State. Nate Gabriel was there. How about Anna Barr from the volleyball program? She got a little something to her.
She got a little something.
She
something
lined
to her.
up, said, "Oh, is that right, Bubba
She
Grace?
beat-
Is that right? How many are you going to eat, Bubba? Because I'm going to eat 2 more than you." And
She
then
beat the football players.
Yeah.
And the wing
well,
eating
she
contest.
said she loves to eat. She's what? She's about 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah.
and she has a vertical. She can go 10 feet.
10-7. 10-7, right?
I thought it was 10.5.
Yeah, same thing.
So
7-5.
not 10.5 off the ground, but she can elevate up to 10.5.
You know what stands out too, and you heard it again at that event Friday, is that these players, a lot of them come from far away. And what do they say, Tony? They say friendly. They got here. It's so friendly, and it felt like home.
Yeah.
It felt like home to them. And that's what coaches say too. If we can get you here, and show you around, and that is, it's not everything because there's a lot of other factors now, but that's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Speaking of feeling like home, Trinity Sheridan, one of the volleyball girls who was with us, second time she's been with us at one of these United away events, the locker room feels like home to her because there's actually less people in a locker room than in her home. 17 brothers and sisters. So she walks in a locker room, she's like, sweet, there's not as many people here. 17 brothers and sisters.
Awesome.
How about her? So she was awesome as well. Good to see her again. Had a great event.
Super fun event. We thank all the people, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vision Homes, Clear Mountain Bank. They were the main sponsors. We raised over $15,600, which took them over $1.2 million, which is nice. And there's some pictures. Yeah. So there we are, waxing poetically. And you see we had TV monitor. There's one of the wing contestants. And
he was representing Parkersburg Brewing Company.
That's
Connection
right.
304, of course. He was hammering down, and that's Anna right behind him there.
Yeah, that's Anna, just like looking in there going, wait till I get down there.
Just wait till I get in there. I'm going to have 30 of these things.
And that's where see the guy, okay, so if you see me there, to the right of me, the gentleman sitting right there, that's the guy that won it all, right? That's the dude from the Star City there he is, City Volunteer Fire Department. My guy ate 35 wings in 8 minutes. 35 wings in 8 minutes. And what's funny...
Was it 8 or 6?
8.
Was it 8? Okay.
And what's funny is that, so after he won it and they declared him the winner, I had the microphone and I said, what's your name so I can say your name? He went, he still had all the chicken in there. So I said
it a little early with the interview afterwards. You needed to give my man a minute there.
So I walked back over and the rest of his buddies from the volunteer fire department were there and they said like, yo, man, that's not his name. His name is like Robert or something. Anyway, congratulations. That was a lot of fun. I hope people enjoyed it.
And Carrie from BW3.
She's fantastic.
She's an elite.
She is elite.
There's Dave Thomas, the chair of United Way there from
Thomas
Clear Mountain. There's the WVU hip-hop team, correct? They were there again. Did a great job.
Yeah, it was really
awesome.
nice.
But Carrie from Buffalo Wild Wings, awesome. That thing runs.
Yes,
she's
smooth.
She's 5-star recruit.
Yeah, she's a 5-star recruit.
She has so many events. We're there for our events. She has so many events that she just loves. She loves organizing all that. She has a speed dating event on Valentine's Day.
Oh, really?
Speed dating. Yeah,
the place was packed. We filled it up.
Our area was packed. The rest of the restaurant was packed. That was an awesome night. That was a lot of fun.
2 sides performed for us.
2 sides were there.
Mon Hills, it's Mon Hills, right? I want to say this right. Mon Hills Music, Mon Hills Records. WVU's got an internal. This is horrible that I don't know that. Look that up, please. They have an internal recording group, and they produce songs, music, and they bring these students in. And they were great, but 2 sides is our house band. They had to take off because they had an event. They had an event in Harrison County. Then they were playing over at Saberton Station on Saturday.
So they kicked it off and then got out of there. Hey, don't forget the wrestlers that were there were great. Ty Waters, Gunnar Andrick were there. They were unbelievable.
Yeah,
Mon Hills Records.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Mon Hills Records. Good.
Mon Hills Records.
I didn't butcher that too bad.
So thank you to everybody that came out. A double thank you to everybody that donated that night to take that United Way goal over the top.
All right, a lot to get into. Let's do this.
He's got thoughts that sound brand new.
Ooh, I gotta get ready.
But they're things we already knew. He's got his lip balm ready. Heaven knows. Let's make it quick
That's
before
right.
his splatter blows. It's Hoppy's obvious.
He's ready.
Ready.
Yeah. Hit it.
Guys, Coach Hodge talked a few games ago about his team being resilient, and that resiliency was evident Saturday coming off 3 losses. They turned in what is arguably, Brad, one of the most complete performances of the season.
Agree.
Okay. Offensively, shot 44%. That was good, but I think that on top of that, and I don't want to get too far into your numbers, Brad, they shot 62 shots. 62 shots.
Why was that, Hop?
Because they dominated on the boards. They had how many offensive rebounds?
18.
18 offensive rebounds. They out-rebounded BYU 39-29.
Did you play the spreads on stats music here? Did you do that?
No, this is his.
I thought that. I'm sorry, I got confused.
No.
Go ahead.
Well, because I'm doing the obvious stats. You're going to have better stats.
Go
I'm
ahead.
doing the obvious
Go ahead.
stats.
Go ahead.
Here's another one. And Brad, you'll have something on this. 36 points in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be a high for the season.
Close. Not a high, but close.
But 36 points in the paint. Shut down the three-point shot. That's all right. Drive the basket. Drive the basket. Drive the basket. West Virginia done a lot. And when you drive to the basket, Brad, what often happens?
Well, hopefully you get foul calls.
You got a lot. You got a lot. I know you guys. I listened to you guys, and you thought that Demansa was getting the pro treatment on that.
He was.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think that. Know that.
So
Saw that.
Saw that. Got to the free throw line. 17 of 22. Took advantage when he got to the line. It was a big difference. So those, when you take free throws, rebounding, shooting, defense, it was all there.
Mm-hmm.
It was all there for the entire game. It didn't start out behind, for the entire game. And I thought what was critical, too. Usually, this is not a team that wants to get into a tit-for-tat, right? You don't want to get into a scoring.
We've run it back and forth, yeah.
Back and forth. But every time in that second half, West Virginia had a 14-point lead. You knew that at the half, you knew that BYU was going to make a run. And every time BYU made a run, what did West Virginia do, Tony?
Answered.
They answered.
Yeah.
BYU got it to 3, but they turned the ball over. Chance Moore with a gigantic defensive play.
Might have been play of the game.
Might have been. Coach Young of BYU said his defense was a disaster. His word, disaster, but I think West Virginia's offense had something to do with that.
Had a lot to do with it.
Yeah. So I said the team was resilient, which it was, but also the fan base was resilient, right? You've lost 3 in a row. It's late in the season. Probably you're not getting level in the NCAA tournament. Tony, what did the fans do?
They were there. The official number was 13,799, and they were fantastic. They played the part just as you would expect. There was energy in the building pregame. There was energy in the building, obviously, during and then after the game. And I think Ross pointed that out. First thing he said in postgame to us, and I think in his general press conference as well, that that energy obviously served as a catalyst for the team, and that's kind of what he signed up for. Like when he heard about this job and took this job, and they said, like, you know, they got it going there. And I think he, perhaps more than anything else, was happy that he and his guys were able to deliver. So you sent literally more than 10,000 people home with a good feel as to where the thing's going.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Honor Huff had 19 points, but how about, Brad, how about Brennan Lorient? Good job he did.
Excellent.
Both ends of the court. DJ Thomas, first half, huge.
You don't win that without DJ Thomas's first half performance.
Right. Chance Moore was big.
Bigger than big. Bigger than big.
Yeah, we'll get into him. He was.
Yeah.
He's had a great stretch here. He is playing some terrific basketball, and that might have been his best effort yet on Saturday.
So what you got, just this complete performance, just at all levels, and all these players. So it's a quality quad 1 win. You move up to 60 in Ken Palm. You're still not getting any love for the possible tournament. You're tied for 8th. With BYU and Cincinnati, but you got wins over both those teams. And you want to finish, as you will, Tony, in the top 12 so you get that first day bye, right?
Top 8 get the bye. Yeah. Top 8 get the bye.
Top 8 get the bye.
Top 4 get a double bye.
Right, okay. Quick turnaround, Kansas State, and you guys will talk about that. Kansas State coming off 3 losses. In the loss to TCU, the most recent, they turned the ball over 18 times. So maybe K-State's done. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be their last home game, so who knows. So, but you guys will talk more about the game. WVU women. You know, Tony, I'm listening to Junior.
Junior worked on a Sunday there, Brad. Junior worked on a Sunday, yeah.
I'm listening to Junior, and he's all at Twitter because if I forget who the player was, but if she'd made a free throw, they'd have scored 60 in the first half.
Yeah.
They scored 59. Brad, usually if you score 59 in the first half, you cool off a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, that was
didn't happen.
That was a runaway in every sense of the word.
118. They scored 118 points in the game, 59 in the first half. They took 72 shots, made 42, 15 of 30 from three-point, 19 of 30 from the free throw line.
You were up 20 in the first quarter. You were on pace to win the game by 80.
Just rolled.
And way to finish on senior day.
45 rebounds, 26 assists.
And the reason, not only did they play just for so many different reasons, senior day and the whole deal, but the margin of victory helps in their net. Oh. They are desperately trying to get home games in the NCAA tournament, but unfortunately, the latest release from the NCAA has them not getting that. So they still are battling, and they're going to have to win games. They get a double bye. They finish second. That freaking shot that TCU hit here to beat them at the buzzer cost them the Big 12 championship.
Yeah, it did.
One shot.
Heck of a season, though.
Oh, my gosh.
Heck of a season, but you're right. You're one shot from a Big 12 title.
Sidney Shaw had 5 3-pointers in the first half.
I got a lot of net questions. Not for today. I just got a lot of net questions. That's a very opaque process there.
Opaque.
Both sides, men and women.
A couple other things real quick. WVU women's track. Anika McDonald placed third in the Big 12 Indoor Track Championships in the high jump, but she set a school record.
How high?
1.84 meters. That's just a fraction over 6 feet.
Thank you for the conversion. She got over 6 feet.
Over 6 feet. School record.
It's a good bounce.
School record. And let's see. Joy Naucott, N-A-U-K-O-T. Joy Naucott finished second in the 5,000 meters.
Yeah.
So good job by them. All right. Question for you guys. According to Business of College Sports, which college football player received the most NIL money in the 2025 season?
Oh. Give me a conference.
Go ahead.
SEC.
Stunner. I don't know, who was it?
Arch Manning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, $7 million.
Got to 7.
Got to 7.
He hit it up to 7.
His list of sponsors,
yeah,
stupid. It's just like $7 million.
West Virginia may have played a $7 million NIL guy. You don't know what the number is on DeBonsa, but the speculation was that it was more. 7.
Hey, and Brad, you'll again, your stuff. West Virginia did a good job on him.
We'll get to it. Great. I mean, great.
A great job.
Great job on what is going to be a guy that probably plays in the league for a long, long time. West Virginia was elite defensively on him.
Got a call.
Not kind of good. Not you played okay. Not, he missed some shots. You got lucky. Like, excellent defensively.
Got a text from a longtime NBA guy yesterday afternoon. Said, hey, caught the end of your game. This Brennan Lorient, tell me more about him. I was watching him. And so I gave him some 411 on Brennan Lorient. He said, I liked it. I said, did you see that block? He goes, oh, I saw the block. He blocked that 3 by DeBonsa at the end of the game.
Wasn't his only one.
No. It wasn't.
It was a big one. That was the biggest one.
And they frustrated him in the first half. I mean,
is that right? Lined up.
He got his 20, but he didn't get 30.
We'll get into that. It was an elite defensive performance on a very talented basketball player.
God. I mean, he's got it, but you can see, that tells you how good the defensive performance was, because you can see DeBonsa. I mean, he's 6'9", he can shoot the three, he can take to the basket. And as you guys talked about, he's already got this pro trend where he just sticks his arm out.
You put your arm out instead of up, and he is smart enough to get in there and draw that contact. There's a lot of arm movement with him, which creates a ton of contact, which is why he's one of the top guys in the country in terms of fouls drawn and getting to the line. He's very skilled at that. And you saw that stretch, guys, when he had that 4 possessions in a row, where you went, uh-oh.
I thought then.
Like, you can see the talent that's there.
I thought at that point, he's going, okay, here we go. Give me the ball.
And they tried, but then West Virginia said, is that right? Okay, we'll line up. Here we go. We got dudes, too.
And Brad made the accurate prediction. It's going to go to DeBonsa.
Well, that was one of the easiest predictions of the year. Knew that was coming.
Him. Finally, on this day at Tony in 1962.
62.
Wilt Chamberlain scored the Hundy.
Philadelphia Warriors. New York Knickerbockers.
Yep.
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yep. 169 to 147. Chamberlain had 100.
100.
He was 36 of 63 from the field. Although not a good free throw shooter, he was 28 of 32.
That's great for him. I think he shot them like granny style.
Yeah, underhand.
And then he stopped doing that later in his career because it was embarrassing. But he would have made a lot more had he shot them underhand.
The 100 points remains the most ever by an NBA player now.
You ever seen a clip on that? Have you ever seen?
There is no video.
There's no video, right?
No video.
Zero.
There's no video. There is the audio of the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Which is I looked this up, which is in the United States National Recording Registry by the Library of Congress, but I couldn't find it. I searched for it. Yes, I couldn't find it.
Wow.
But there is the audio of the fourth quarter. There is no video. Just that famous picture, him holding that bad piece of paper with the 100 on it. Now,
the audio would be classic on that.
I bet you that was Marty Glickman was their announcer
I gotta
back
find
then.
that. I'll do a better job searching, but supposedly it exists. So he has three of the top four scoring records in the NBA. Who has the other one? Who has the
Bernard King?
No.
George Gervin.
No.
Jordan.
Laker.
Kareem.
Kareem.
No.
Not Kareem?
No.
Magic. Jerry.
No. Missing the obvious.
Good Lord.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kobe had 81
Oh, yeah, he did.
in the Lakers' 122-104 win over Toronto in 2006. And those are the obvious observations.
Thank you very much, Hoppy.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. 3 Guys Before the Game is brought to us by Comax Business Systems. Here's the question. Is your business phone system old? Is it tired? Is it time to update? Technology has come a long, long way, chances are, since the last time you put a phone system in. The folks at Comax Business Systems can certainly help you out. Give them a call. They can walk you through, come on in, and give you a free estimate as to what they can do for you. Visit ComaxWV.com. That is ComaxWV.com with their new business phone systems. And as the weather begins to change, I think we may have made that turn. I'm looking at the 10-day forecast and temperatures.
It gets good.
Basically, it's boating season. We're going with it.
Yeah.
Lou Wendell Marine Sales, the largest pontoon boat dealer here in the state of West Virginia, family-owned for 4 decades. Every year, they are award-winning, best class of service, and they sell the Avalon pontoon boats, 100% manufactured here in the United States and the state of Michigan. Plus, they're the only Honda Marine premium dealership in our state. So if you are ready to go and get it on for this coming boating season, check them out at LouWendellMarineSales.com. LouWendellMarineSales.com. They've also got right there that new Honda McLaren racing motor. Goes like 762 miles per hour.
No, it doesn't.
Unofficially. We'll have to confirm that. But anyway, visit Lou Wendell Marine Sales. They've been doing it for over 40 years. All right, we ready?
I bet Brad's just got
Yeah, we ready?
giddy. He's giddy.
You bringing anything special to the table?
It's a special edition. We do not coast at the end of the regular season here. Like, we go into some stuff.
You're resilient.
Including a new stat never before discussed on this program. New stat never before discussed.
All right, well, let's get it on, man. As Marvin Gaye would say, let's do it.
We'll just go right to the numbers. Here comes the game. Let's jump
Spreads
into
on
the
stats.
analytics portion of the show. Ready?
Brought to us by Connley
not that good. Don't
CPA
get too
Group.
excited.
They provide value beyond numbers, so much more than a full-service accounting firm. They also are a consulting firm serving clients throughout West Virginia and surrounding states. 40th year anniversary has come and gone. They can outsource your accounting services. So they can outsource your accounting. They can outsource your CFO services, whether you want your entire operation done or a portion of your operation. They can supplement your in-house accounting. Give them a call. Connley CPA Group. Time now for Spreads on Stats.
All right, let's dive in here. I thought first and foremost, Hop, you're right. A lot of your obvious observations, I realize they're obvious, but you're right on. I think that you could put that right up there as the best performance, start to finish, offensively and defensively all season. Some numbers. Let's talk offense for a second. Best performance by the numbers as well, 1.3 points per possession in that game, at best in Big 12 play. If you put that on a season average, you'd lead the country in points per possession. That's how good that game was offensively. Guys, this was an elite coaching job on both ends of the floor, but offensively in particular, they did an awesome job of drawing up sets to counter what BYU was trying to do defensively. And then, as Tony knows, because I mentioned it 7 billion times during the broadcast, I get absolutely giddy when we pull the NBA type of move. right? Now, Ross never coached in the NBA, but when he pulls the NBA move and says, oh, is that right? You know who we're going to go after? We're going to go after you, and we're coming after you until you figure out how to stop it, or you on the other sideline get you out of the game, and we're going to keep coming.
They
and
attack like I've never seen.
A lot of times, the coach has to get a guy out because it's a bench guy that comes out. Bill Self recognized it early. Took Wes Miller a while with Kirk Risa when he was getting absolutely obliterated. Took Wes a while. But most of these guys react pretty quickly. On Saturday, this was a double attack. You not only found the guy you wanted and you kept going at him, but when Kevin Young reacted and put that defender off the ball on someone else, because that's the response is, all right, I can't take him out. I've got to move him to somebody else. I'm going to go hide him over here. West Virginia gave him the, oh, is that right? Oh, is that right? So whoever he's guarding, we're going to send him up into a screen. So now you're forced into a pick and roll situation. You're going to switch. And most of the times they switched, and lo and behold, West Virginia got the matchup it wanted. I mean, that was a master class in X and O offensive coaching from Ross against BYU. So just a round of applause on that.
I didn't realize the player that they went after from BYU was so poor defensively. Had you known that before, even before this scout?
I didn't know it'd be to that level.
Yeah. So we didn't name him because
that's all right. If you watch the game, you know, for listening to broadcast, you know. It was again, point being master class in X and O coaching. When you need to do some things to generate offense for yourself, Ross and company, the offensive staff, Phil Forte, the game plan, Johnny Estelle was absolutely elite. I thought it was great.
If you want to know the player, just listen to the broadcast because you called him out about 6 times.
It was happening. I'm paid to describe what's happening. Am I not? Is that my job?
No, that's fine. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Paid to say what's happening. And I like the offensive effort so much, we're going to do something we've done only one other time on this program.
Excuse me?
We got a little film session.
Oh,
we're gonna do a little film session.
Yeah.
With still photos for the young men.
That's fine.
Got still photos of the young men.
Love this.
This is going to make all of the people that are just listening now. They got to run to the YouTubes.
Well, yeah, I know. Those of you on the audio only, I'm sorry. We'll try and be descriptive here as we can. So here's one of the core tenets of this offense. When West Virginia is playing well and playing well offensively, spacing is the critical component. You want space so that defenders have a tough time of knowing where they're going to be. This first picture you're looking at is an ideal look at this. Look at the spacing. Yeah. 2 West Virginia guys out top. There's 3 along the baseline. Hoppy, how many blue jerseys do you count on the inside part of that?
I see 1.
Like, talk about being out of position. BYU's got 3 defenders up above the top of the key circle. There's only 2 West Virginia offensive players. That, of course, is creating a 3-on-2 underneath. You see the ball on the far wing, and what's about to happen, here's a couple things. You can drop it down into the dunker spot, that's called, Hoppy, where the first white shirt is, right above the O in Hope.
Yep.
You can drop it there. You can skip pass it over for a wide open 3, or you can drive it as the person in the dunker spot is sliding over to the other side that will pull that defender with him. Now you've got one-on-one with a great driver of the basketball and Chance Moore. So you've got some options there. Like, what are you going to do now defensively? How do you handle that one? So that's number 1. All right, Jake, go to number 2. This is honor, and if this was video, I would be so giddy beyond belief. Tony, how many times do we mention this? He has come all the way from, you see where Jasper is over on the right wing?
Yeah.
Right over here? Yeah. That's where honor started, basically. And he came all the way through the lane and around a couple of screens. His defender is actually the guy in the restricted arc. Look at the guy in the restricted arc. That's Honor's defender. That's how badly he got greased, that's where the defender is.
He's 30 feet away.
That's not good.
Yes, Hoppy. And so that's why there's a scramble and a scrum just above the Big 12 logo, because BYU's like, holy cow, who's got this guy? He was, talk about wide open. His defender is a half a court away from him. Hello.
Maybe he's on break or something.
Well, it helps that Harlan is screening 3 guys to himself. He's got 3 guys.
That does help, Hoppy. But I mean, he just absolutely at that point the defender's like, I'm just not chasing anymore. I can't get there. So that was tremendous. All right, go to number 3. Okay, number 3. Again, I want you to see the spacing. Look where you got Chance out top, well above the 3-point arc. You've got Dabanza right there staring at the ball, not guarding his guy. You've got Trey on the far side. His defender's hugged up on him. You've got a guy down in the corner. His man's looking in, and there's a scrum in the middle because the ball has just been entered. 2 BYU guys are converging on the ball. I believe that's Bilo And look what's about to happen. There's a bounce pass to DJ, and look at the lane that is created there.
Oh, my gosh.
So, again, you created a numbers advantage by spacing. They're tugged up on the perimeter shooters because they're worried about Trey on the wing. It creates that space in the middle on a right above the Big 12 logo, a drop to DJ for a finish. Excellent, excellent spacing once again. Okay, go to number 4.
Got an overload.
You'll see the theme. Look at Trey's guy over here in the corner. So when you hear Ross talk about Trey Eaglestaff, and it's the same for Honor, obviously, does not have to put up 20 to be effective in this offense. Look at how they're guarding Trey. Is that defender providing any help whatsoever in a lane that's about to get taken? No, he's tugged up on Trey because they don't want to leave him open. Same on the far side. Look at Honor on the far side. Look at his defense. His defender doesn't know if the ball's going down the lane or if it's at the other end of the floor. All he knows is Honor's wearing number 3. That's all he knows. And look at the driving lane that creates, because the help defender is supposed to be down to help with the drive, but you can't help off Honor. So look at this lane that is created here, and you've got a one-on-one situation with your best athlete going right at Dabanza at the rim, and look how deep he is. He's not stopping that.
Yeah.
That ends up in a basket. Look at the spacing, though, and again, the shot of this is to show you the perimeter shooters spread out on both sides that creates a lane where you can go to work. I think that's one of the great things they do.
That's gravitational pull.
Yeah, that's the gravity. If you hear Ross talk about gravity with shooters, you don't have to be making every shot to help your team offensively. Trey and Honor were both doing it right there.
So tell me this. So when Coach Young of BYU says that was a dismal defensive performance in the first half, is he talking about BYU really not responding well defensively, or West Virginia, as you said, Coach Hodge just drawing up stuff that's very, very hard to defend?
2 things. Most coaches will take it upon themselves.
Okay.
They will say, our guys aren't giving effort. They'll point to that one where Honor's guy got lost and said, man, I don't know what you're doing, but you can't do that. Okay. Like, you can't get beat by 35 feet. So that's mostly what he's going to take it internally and say it's our guys. I would argue the other way. There's some of that. I would argue the other way. That's just an elite offensive performance where you marry great sets and great X's and O's with execution. And that doesn't happen every night, right? Sometimes the execution isn't there, and then suddenly it looks like the offense is junky. The offense is not junky. Sometimes you don't make your shots. But the spacing and the design was absolutely great. All right, let's breeze through. We got a couple more.
Oh, okay.
What's a full presentation?
This is really good, too, and I thought this was one of the keys to the game. Honor Huff's ability to penetrate and either finish or, in this game, again, dish is critical. 6 assists in this game. And, again, Tony, you said it. Look at the gravitational pull of number 3. There are 3 BYU defenders coming at him.
And a 4th watching, coming at him.
Yeah.
And really all 5 have their heads turned toward the ball because the guy in the restricted arc has a heck of a problem right now because Honor can teardrop that thing, or he can drop it to the dunker spot right above the U in Coliseum, and what happened is what you're about to see. Look at the top of the screen. That's Trey moving into position on the wing. But what you don't see right before this, it was a great exchange. Jasper and Trey were in opposite spots, and they very subtly switched spots, and they just switched positions right there. The defender has no idea who's who, because what he should be doing is tugging up on the better of the 2 perimeter shooters in Trey. He's gotten lost down there because he's watching Honor Huff attack 3 Cougars. Look at Trey Eaglestaff right there at the top of the screen. Open. How about that for pull? Okay, now go to 6, Jake. Look at the shot. Look at the shot that created. He's less wide open than when they do shooting drills in the Coliseum by themselves.
Manager's normally there. Manager's normally in front of him when they do the shooting drills.
Look at that thing.
There's nobody within 15 feet.
So, Honor Huff's ability to just get by anybody that tries to guard him on the perimeter, which he can do, just blows right by you. Then he's going to get the defense to collapse. Then you made sure you got in position. And the far defender that had the corner on lockdown, good job, but he was actually responsible for 2 players right there, and he lost one of them. Look at that shot.
Jeez.
That went down, by the way.
This goes into the category of, we oftentimes use this, that coach runs great stuff. Mm-hmm. This was one of those great stuff days because the ball was going into the hoop and they were executing it cleanly. So you could see they were running really good stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Again, that's what I say. The stuff gets run most games. What you sometimes lack is just the shot going in, number one. And sometimes when West Virginia bogs down offensively, it's the spacing isn't great. You'll hear those coaches, if you're down close enough, screaming about spacing constantly. When we space, it generally turns out pretty well. That was a great spacing game.
That wasn't, Brad, excellent examples there of how West Virginia execute. Two things Coach Hodge said in the postgame press conference: I'm a better coach when the shots go down.
Yes.
And the second thing is, talking about Honor Huff, there were at least 2 times where he took advantage of his height and said, wait a minute, the guy's only 5'10". But when he got there, when he drives into the paint, there was a great shot on TV, although I was listening to you guys, of all these guys standing up big, and he's just kind of underneath of them and did a little bounce pass to an open guy.
Several blow-bys that surprised me. He blew by DeBonsa once, and I went like, oh, my goodness, he blew by DeBonsa once.
Just blew right by him.
Blew by Cada.
All of them. I mean, there wasn't any there. I have yet to see anybody in this league that consistently can stay in front of him when he wants to go. He is as quick a player as we've seen in college basketball. And so when he gets by you with so much attention that's coming at him, when he can pass and distribute out of there, we call him on the radio, Hoppy, when it's Playmaker Huff, not Shotmaker Huff.
Right.
Now you've got a heck of a problem if you're the defense, and I thought it really showed itself Saturday. He did a great job of distributing and getting others involved.
Do you do the film session at practice? Because that was a good film session
Thank you.
there.
Appreciate that, Hop. Thank you.
He doesn't miss film when we're on the road. Oh, he doesn't miss film, Hoppy. He's there.
But
it is my favorite part of the process, because seriously, when you go back and watch and still frame the stuff and you can see what's happening. If you spend the time to dig into what these guys are doing, then that stuff shows itself.
Yeah.
If you just rely on results or missed shots, then it's going to make you crazy. But if you look and see what they're trying to do and what the plan is and how it works, then you can get to this good stuff. And again, it was easy to see Saturday because shots were falling. The results were there on top of the game plan. I thought it was a great marriage of the two.
No, he doesn't miss film. I mean, when they sit down, they start filming on the road. It's like, Brad here. Okay, Brad's here. Okay, we can start.
But that's really good, because the game happens so fast. It's hard to see those things. I mean, you do Brad, in your analysis on the radio, you see a lot of it in real time, but it's hard for the average person. Yours truly included.
Well, that kind of stuff helps.
Hopefully that helps.
Those stills help.
Yeah. They really do.
Yeah, hopefully you got some insight there into what they're trying to do. All right,
Absolutely.
Let's keep rolling here. This is, we're going to unveil a stat never before discussed on this program.
Excuse me?
Oh, wait, I got a special theme for that. Hang on a second. Let me give you never get to use this one that's like 3 seconds. Where's that one? We just kind of go like that. All right, what is it?
Just also a little inside baseball. As much as I love the film, which might be my favorite part of this whole process, Hoppy,
yes,
is watching it ahead of time to see what the plan is, watching it after. I get absolutely giddy when a stat happens to present itself and then it plays out.
Okay.
Like, I truly get giddy to see these and come across these. I came across one.
Okay.
I did talk about this on the pregame show going in, because I think it's a great illustration of what West Virginia is trying to do offensively. So we're going to steal a statistical category normally reserved for football. And football in a bygone era. Time of possession. Remember that one? When we used to talk about time of possession, Hop?
Once upon a time.
In 5 games this season, this is what we talked about before the game. In 5 games this season, when West Virginia has the largest gap in time of possession, meaning it holds the ball more than the opponent with the biggest difference in between those 2 times. In the 5 games when you have the biggest gap or lead in time of possession, the Mountaineers were 4-1. Lone loss to Arizona. So what's that mean? That backs up what we talk about often is, why does West Virginia run at the pace in which it runs? Why does it do what it does offensively when it tries to work clock, make the defense present what it's going to do, and then flare the pass or attack the rim? Yeah. It's limiting the possessions to make the other team uncomfortable or to do things that it doesn't want to do, right? That's why you do that. The wins: UCF, Arizona State, Colorado, and Kansas. Those 4 games, by the way, were also in the top 5 of West Virginia's best games in terms of offensive efficiency during Big 12 games. Marry your style with offensive efficiency, and this thing looks pretty good, right? So you were using clock, limiting possessions, and scoring. So you added into that equation, in 6 of BYU's 7 Big 12 losses entering the game, its opponent had the greater time of possession, which makes sense, because what do they want to do? They want to shoot quickly. They want to get the other way and fire a shot up and then try and get the ball back and do it again. much like Oklahoma State. So I thought going in, you had something here in terms of exactly how West Virginia wants to do it, going against a team that wants to be on the other end of the spectrum. Usually you like those battle of styles if you can make your shots and execute. Well, we come out of the game and you talk about executing the game plan. West Virginia had its biggest gap this season in time of possession against BYU. BYU had the ball for fewer minutes in the game collectively than any opponent West Virginia's played all season. And you could see you frustrated them with patience and execution on offense and a defense that took away their best sets and swarmed their best players. So again, just another stat that backed up. I went into the game thinking this might matter, and we came out of the game and you back into the analysis saying, yeah, that's exactly what happened. That contrast in styles went in West Virginia's favor, and it's a big reason why they won the game.
Very interesting.
Thought that was pretty good.
Wow, time of possession.
Time of possession. There you go, Kirchhoff. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Send that over to Coach Rod.
No, he does not care about time out of possession.
Doesn't care.
No.
Couple notes, again, to the great coaching. 17 points coming after timeouts, second most in Big 12 play. Say it all the time. This is one of the best teams nationally in points per possession out of a timeout, drawing up great stuff, executing. You did on Saturday.
Came out of a timeout on that B-low drive down the right side of the lane there. It was freaking sweet. How many times have you seen that this year?
A ton. And here's the thing. The other team knows it's coming. You know, like it's not like they go, oh, my God, we haven't seen that. But, again, it's execution. Honor is the screener. So Honor's coming up the lane and setting the screen on Belo's guy, and suddenly the defense has to make a quick decision, and it's in peril because it says, oh, my God, I can't leave Honor Huff. He's going to pop for a three, and the scouting report tells me what, Hoppy? Do not leave three.
Right.
He's got a neon green light. You're going to be on. Do not leave three. So they don't leave three. Guess what happens? Belo right down the lane for a layup, and it works time after time after time. Pick and roll. West Virginia with its third most points in Big 12 play out of the pick and roll. That's going against a team that's the best in the league at it in BYU in terms of offense. So head-on-head pick and roll, West Virginia said, we're going to do it to you. We're going to put your defenders in conflict here, and we're going to get the matchups we want. We're going to attack you in the pick and roll. Cutting to the basket, cuts to the basket. West Virginia with its second most points in Big 12 play. That speaks to Honors distributing the ball. Jasper had a couple as well. Belo, guys distributing. When you get in there and the defense collapse, then you're supposed to dive, if you're West Virginia, dive into that lane and be available for the cut. West Virginia did it tremendously well. Catch and shoot jump shots. You had 19 total. 12 of them were guarded, 7 were unguarded. Here's what interested me in this stat. If I look at the last 7 games as opposed to the previous 6, West Virginia's almost doubled its unguarded catch and shoots. So this offense, again, I know you're late in the season, but we talked, you're allowed to get better.
Yes.
You're allowed to figure this offense out, and West Virginia's now identified how teams are going to defend it with the perimeter defense, and it's creating some looks for some other guys in these open jump shots. And then you mentioned, Hop, what I thought was probably the biggest difference in the game. 18 offensive rebounds for West Virginia, a season high. That allowed them, as you mentioned, to take 11 more field goal attempts than BYU. That's tough to beat a team when they do that, and they have that kind of domination on the glass. Belo had 7 himself.
Jeez.
Had 7 himself, and some big ones late. Credit Harlan on that one with 30 seconds to go. He didn't grab the ball, but he tapped that out. West Virginia up 3, 32 seconds to go. If he doesn't get that, now you're tight with them coming the other way with DeBonsa. Yep. That was a massive play in the game. How about this on the offensive rebounding side? Let's get in some weeds here. West Virginia had 13 opportunities for an offensive rebound on missed shots in the paint. 13 opportunities. Grabbed 8 of them.
That's great.
62%. That's in the 90th percentile. That was, just out-toughed them to the ball. Out-hustled him, out-toughed him to the ball. Grabbed 2 of the 3 missed shots at the rim. That's pretty good, too. Grabbed 2 of the missed threes on corner threes. Or 2 of the missed shots on corner threes. So just total domination on the offensive glass. All right, flip over to the defense for a second, because as good as the offense was, this is probably where you won this game against a really elite offensive team. Recognizing they had no Richie Saunders, which obviously puts them in a different spot. You can load up a little bit more on DeBonsa than you can when Saunders is sitting out on the wing. So West Virginia, I thought, took advantage of that. I said going into the game, Hoppy, my theory was there aren't many guys in this league, and it's the best college basketball league in America, but there aren't many that can match DeBonsa's size and athleticism with an ability to move laterally. And again, he's a wonderful player. He's going to be the 1 or 2 pick in the draft. He's in a category by himself. But if there's somebody that fits the athletic profile pretty closely, it's Lorient. And I'm not surprised you got a call from an NBA guy after watching that. Size and the ability to move. I thought he was going to play a big role. He did. But maybe a bigger part of this, when he picked up a couple fouls or when Ross had to move him off DeBonsa in order to try and protect him a little bit, Chance Moore's defensive effort, man. Yes. He said, oh, is that right? Is that right? You're going to be an NBA guy? Watch this. And I thought Chance Moore's individual defense was elite.
Had a man-against-man block against him. Took him to the rim.
Can elevate.
He can get up.
I mean, he gets up. There are 2 or 3 times during a game when you're like, good Lord, man. He got up. So he was tremendous.
Best second jumper since Sheboy.
A very, very good second jumper.
Best second jumper we've had since Sheboy.
Yeah, I thought the individual defense was outstanding, which led to then good team defense. Again, we'll mention it later on. I'll come back to it. But Jasper Floyd's defense on Robert Wright is tremendous as well. That changes that. When you've got an elite defender in the backcourt to match with an elite defender in the frontcourt, Hoppy, that's why this team's top 10 in points allowed. It's got some versatility there. Add in Chance as a primary frontcourt defender, man, that's really good. You held DeBonsa to his lowest point production in the first half all season and tied his 3rd lowest point total since November 28th.
He was averaging 30 and 8 coming in the last the month.
What was it first half? 4, 5, 6, something?
I forget what. Well, actually,
Hoppy,
4. Thanks for asking, Hoppy. I have that right here.
I think it was.
He had 4 points.
4 points.
1
in the
of
first
4,
half.
2 of 4 from the foul line,
and 1 assist, maybe even more impactful. He's in the 99th percentile. He'd assisted coming into the game on a quarter. 25% of BYU's baskets he had an assist on. That's how good of a playmaker he was. He had 1 assist. A couple other stats. Jump shots. BYU took 16 of them. 15 were charted as guarded. 15 of their 16 charted as guarded. And Tony, you mentioned how many blocks did they have out of those sets. Talked about coming into the game, BYU being the number 1 team in the Big 12 when it was field goal attempts at the rim. West Virginia shut it down, guys. Tied for the fewest attempts at the rim for BYU in Big 12 play. AJ was number 1 in the Big 12 individually in field goal attempts at the rim, had just 3. Tied a season low for him. Also tied for a season low for points at the rim with just 4. Now, Robert Wright was 5th in the Big 12 in field goal attempts at the rim coming in. He got a bunch, 9, but most were contested. He was held to his 3rd lowest points per possession on shots at the rim in Big 12 play. So again, what Ross often says, when there's really elite players, and those 2 are really elite offensive players, it's going to be hard to eliminate them. At least make it hard on them. Those guys were both 7 of 15 from the floor, below 50% field goal percentage. So I thought on both of those, both from a Jasper perspective, Amir when he came in, and those front court guys, they were just absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'll give you one more. Pick and roll. I just mentioned how good West Virginia was offensively. BYU came into the game top 5% nationally in points per possession off the pick and roll. DeBonsa had come in averaging 14 points per game just off pick and roll sets in the last 3 games. Held to 4 in that set. Wright held to 2 as the pick and roll ball handler. That's a top 5 team in that category, and West Virginia just closed it off and shut it down.
What makes it even more challenging for them is they left yesterday from here. They're at Cincinnati Tuesday. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
They're all of a sudden Cincinnati is playing well. They've shortened down their roster, and they're playing well. Looks like Wes Miller is going to run away from the Grim Reaper of getting hacked, right? These guys, and they're right there, right, in the mix. And so as a result of that, they got some challenges.
Yeah, they do.
They got some challenges. All right. 3 Guys Before the Game is brought to us by Jan Dills, attorneys at law specializing in veterans claims and Social Security disability benefits. Here's a couple of folks that went through the process with Jan Dills. Richard said, quote, after being denied for a VA disability claim, a fellow veteran advised me to contact Jan Dills, attorneys at law. After taking my claim, they completed all the paperwork. The only thing I had to do was answer the phone, respond to their questions. After approximately 18 months, My claim was granted at 10% service connected. Jan then filed an appeal, and after it was heard, I was granted 70% service connected. Jan and the firm are the real deal. The staff was courteous, professional, straightforward. I highly recommend the firm to anyone. So if you or someone that you know needs help when it comes to veterans affairs and veterans disability claims or Social Security claims, contact Jan Dills, attorneys at law. Clients in all 50 of our states, no matter where you are. Jan Dills, based right here in West Virginia, but helping people literally all across the United States. Microphone off. I coughed. No one heard it. Next up, are we ready for our preview of Kansas State?
Oh, forgot we were doing that.
You got a little something?
I do.
I figured you would.
I just got to find out where I put it.
So now think about it.
These guys.
So you play 3 teams twice, and you've got 2 of them this week, K-State and then UCF. Those will both be the second meetings between both of those teams. You've already beaten Cincinnati twice.
Right.
You have the opportunity to beat the 3 teams that you're playing twice. You have the opportunity to sweep those series.
Yeah, such a big game, right?
Yes.
What do we always say? You back up a massive win with another game. Like, go in and take care of your business here for a program that's really struggling as we go down the stretch. But as we've said, and you'll hear Ross talk about it in the next couple of days, really talented offensively, especially P.J. Haggerty, second-team All-American last year. So they have the ability, Hop, when you can score, they can pop up at any time and get you. If West Virginia comes out and isn't making shots, then look out here. But you handled this game the first time. You benefited. McGriff did not play in this first matchup. That certainly helped you. You know, he's been back, so let's see how this looks here. You won the first one. You just slogged through it, right? You just absolutely drug them down in the mud with you. You got them to play your style, 59-54 win. Held them to just 42% shooting from 2, 32% from 3. They only had 4 second chance points and only attempted 4 free throws in the first game. Those are good formulas, right? If they're going to miss shots, don't give them a second. Guard without fouling. Haggerty's another one of these guys, gets to the line a lot. One of the best in the Big 12, one of the best in the country, getting himself to the free throw line. He does a lot of NBA-esque, initiate the contact, take your arms up through.
Ad nauseum.
A lot of flailing comes from Haggerty, gets in the lane and spins, hits you, throws arms up. I credit the crew the first time here. They did not take the bait on that. They did not take it. Don't take it again in Manhattan. If Haggerty's marching to the line, Hoppy, you got a problem. You've got to control that. This is a team, though, with all the elite offense they have, they are last in the Big 12 in offensive efficiency. You need to make sure you keep them there. I mentioned the 4 free throw attempts in the first meeting. That's not a surprise. They are last in the league in free throw attempt rate, so keep them there. Guard without fouling is massive. They're last in the league in offensive rebounding. I mentioned what we just said earlier. They only had 4 second chance points in the first game. They're second to last in effective field goal percentage. They're 14th out of 16 teams in turnover percentage. So clearly this is a team that is struggling right now. You've got to keep them struggling. They are first in possessions per game. So here's another one of those contrasting styles. In the first game, you made them play like you wanted to play and had them frustrated. They couldn't go and get up shots as quickly as they wanted to. I mentioned Haggerty, absolutely outstanding, but Jasper really bottled him up in the first meeting. Again, what we just talked about, like with DeBonsa and Wright, he ended with 16 points, which if he scores 16 again, I'm good with that, Hoppy. That's where you want him. But he was just 6 of 19 from the floor and only got to the line 2 times. That's the fewest points he's scored in Big 12 play and the 3rd fewest in a game all season. So Jasper primarily, Amir as a backup coming in, really frustrated him in the first game. He really is shooting the ball a lot lately, guys. Taken 20 or more field goal attempts in 5 of the last 7 games. Wow. For context, Honor has 1 game this season with 20 field goal attempts. Haggerty's done it in 5 of the last 7. And he's been trying to get to the basket and has been getting to the basket. 10-plus field goals at the rim in each of the last 3 games. He only had 6 in the previous 25 games. 6 games like that in the previous 25. He's done it in each of the last 3. So cutting him off and not letting him have easy shots at the rim. One thing to watch if you want to get in the weeds, since the coaching change after timeouts, K-State's output following those timeouts has really taken a jump. In the 5 games before Tang was fired, 29 points total after timeouts. In the 3 games since, 44. So you've got a category that West Virginia usually wins. That might be a little closer here. You've got to guard them coming out of timeouts. Here's a key as well. We talk about a team that wants to shoot it quickly and get up and down the floor. The Wildcats struggle in the final 4 seconds of a shot clock. So if you can guard for the whole possession, which West Virginia does a lot, they're only in the 14th percentile nationally in points per shot in those final 4 seconds. So again, if you can get them in the style of play you want, they struggle in late clock. I'll rip through these next ones I'll go through them pretty quickly. No McGriff in the first game. West Virginia took advantage of that. 11 of 13 on shots at the rim. Remember the size gap that existed, and West Virginia exploited that. Turnovers are going to be important. West Virginia's last in the Big 12 in turnover percentage. K-State converted the live ball turnovers they got in the first meeting into 13 points, which was almost a quarter of their total. It was one of their best modes of scoring, so you've got to protect the basketball, Hoppy, and take care of that. Get on the offensive glass, as I already mentioned. K-State's in the bottom 50 teams nationally in defensive rebounding percentage, last in the Big 12. So I'm not saying you're going to get 18 rebounds offensively, but if you can get a bunch, you may have an advantage there. With McGriff in, that should help them, but there's a chance right there.
You know,
you can have something there.
Bashir might be able to go.
Oh, that's not good. I'd rather him not go.
I know.
He's been out for a while.
I know. I talked with one of our guys there in Manhattan. He said, I'd put him on your score sheet. He might. Now, he had surgery. They said 4 to 6 weeks originally after surgery, and we're right about 5 right now. I would think he'd be much better off just kind of resting for the rest of the season.
He should probably rest. Coming off surgery, you need that to be 100% healthy before you try and go back. He's a 44% three-point shooter, so Hop, where that hurts you if he's in, then you've got Haggerty that wants to put pressure on the rim and drive, and then his ability to kick out to a shooter hitting nearly 50% of his threes. I don't like that matchup at all. So, yeah, I'm with you. I hope the young man's okay in the future moving forward. I hope he needs another day of rest as we arrive in Manhattan.
Best. Obviously, a lot's gone on within the K-State program. Jerome Tang has been fired since, and all that went with that. Matthew Driscoll, longtime coach all over the place, had his longest stint at North Florida, but he's a Western PA dude. Graduated from, coached at Slippery Rock, so he's been a couple of high schools in the Pennsylvania, in the Pittsburgh area as well. So he's got some ties. And then when he got into the big Division I side of things, started off in Wyoming. He's been at Wyoming. He's been at Clemson, and then eventually made his way to Baylor. And that's where that connection with Tang came in.
There's other connections, too. If I've got my history right, if I've got my Matt Driscoll history right, a wife is from Elkins.
Excuse me?
Seriously?
That's what I'm told.
Wow.
Wife's from Elkins.
What I'm told. I've not confirmed that with Coach Driscoll, but I am told a wife is from
How about that?
Elkins, proud Tiger.
Always a West Virginia connection.
Pull to you. You like that?
Yeah, Tigers.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just don't bring up that Forest Hills reference there, Hoppy. It was a bad situation.
So there you go. There's my K-State.
You remember that, don't you? When they named Elkins High School for 1 year, Forest Hills.
Yeah, that did not go well.
People lost their mind, and they changed it back.
Yeah.
You don't see that often. You knew that, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was a pretty big deal. Hey, let me tell you about the folks at GoMart. They got a bunch of stuff going on right now, right? Everyone wants stuff. They got this deal at the GoMart where if you go in, it's called Groovy Hoops. This is cool. They got the gopher. Got Marty the gopher there. This spring, buy specially marked items, earn the bonus reward points. You collect all 6 tokens, and they'll be there when you go into the store. All 6 tokens, you get 2,000 bonus points. 2,000 bonus points.
Jeez.
So check it out at GoMart. And yes, we'll have another vinyl value deal coming up in the month of March. That February thing, you took advantage of it last week.
Yes, I was going to say, Hoppy prevented me from going before the show the other day because of his nervousness and not wanting to start late. So I had to go after the show. It was great. Went to the Postal Plaza GoMart, of course, Hoppy, right up there.
I saw your picture. Yes.
The Mark, great customer service up at Postal Plaza. Mark, right there. We went through it together, pulled the app up. spun.
Right.
You were correct, Tony. Everybody got the 75-cent Coca-Cola product.
Yeah.
So I pulled it up on just hit spin. It said, congratulations, here's your coupon. Download it to your app, which I did right there. Went back, grabbed my Coke product, brought it back up. Mark scanned it.
Coke product.
In and out.
Coke product.
You got a Sprite.
Well, I did get a Sprite.
I saw it on you.
Zero sugar Sprite. Went that route.
I saw that.
But you could have got any 20-ounce Coke product there
That'd be
for
nice.
75 cents, reflective of their vinyl
Pull out a couple quarters.
value days.
Did you pay with a dollar bill or have like quarters and?
That's a good question. I was going to pay with my Apple Pay. It's only $1. Give him $1. Give him an actual
Give me
cash.
my quarter back.
Gave him a cash. So it's great. Pretty easy. But thanks to Mark at the Postal Plaza, GoMart.
This coming Saturday, so West Virginia is going to play its final regular season game Friday. On Saturday, we're going to do a Three Guys live show from the West Virginia Outdoor Show, which is at Milan Park here in Morgantown. And we're going to go from 12:15 until 1 o'clock. The three of us will be there, and we have a special guest.
Excuse me?
This will be fun.
We'll have a special guest, Honor Huff.
Oh, is Honor coming?
Honor's coming with us.
Do you frickin' read the emails or not? I mean, you have been
He's busy.
absolutely. Your comprehension of late has
He's
been
all right. He's busy. We got it.
deplorable.
He's fine. Just show up. That's all we need him to do. Just show up.
Honor's going to be with us.
Don't take that, Hoppy. Just show up.
Honor's going to be with us. We're going to do it
the email.
from 12:15 until 1 o'clock, and then he's going to break away from us, and he's going to sign some autographs.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to get an Honor Huff autograph,
That's awesome.
bring in a tie or something. He'll sign that a
He's
hubcap.
a great dude.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Wonderful kid.
What time's that? 12:15?
Eastern. 12:15 Saturday, Milan Park, West Virginia. Now, there's going to be a lot of stuff. There's a guy that sells There's a guy down there. Like they have these booths all set up.
Yeah.
There's a guy from Pennsylvania that comes in and sells these dill pickles.
Excuse me?
And these people, they line up for these dill pickles like he's giving away gold bars.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. They got them all different flavors. I mean, big pickles. They look like cucumbers.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
Milan Park here in Morgantown, 12:15 Eastern. Starts at 12:15, so maybe get there a little bit early.
Yeah. Yeah. Honor's going to be there.
That'd be great. Did you get the Bashir info from Wyatt? Is that who you talked to?
For a guy that made a living out of sources, what are you doing?
I think it's common knowledge. I mean,
No, it's not.
it's not.
That might not be where he got it either. He's got another source.
I got a lot
You're
of
not aware
of sources. I
don't think it was
got
Wyatt.
I got a lot of sources in Manhattan. Over at Randina's coffee shop, I got a guy in there that gives me information.
Before
too.
you hit the music, do we want to talk about the other event? There's a lot of events this weekend. The Golden Blue Enterprises Diversified Energy. You want to do that later?
I want to do it right now.
Okay.
But I want to hit the music too.
Yep.
Here we go. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Three guys before the game. Time for Textual Healing, which is brought to us by the fine folks at WVU Medicine. Let me tell you something about old folks at WVU Medicine. Sounded like Rick Trickett.
I was going to say, you went Rick Trickett there.
Let me tell you
on behalf
something. Let me
of
tell you
WVU
something about the old
Medicine.
folks
Tell you
at
one thing.
WVU Medicine. Well, if you don't have, I think all three of us. Do you guys have my charts?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal.
It's
Yes,
nice and
life is
convenient.
busy. And sometimes, as you well know, if you have to get an appointment or check things and you have to do it on a phone, it's like it takes so much time to get through. Here's the deal. Get yourself, if you don't yet, download the My Chart app. It's My WVU Chart app. You can schedule your appointments right off the app, anywhere, your phone, your computer, virtual or an in-person checkup. They can take care of you. It's super easy to do. If you don't have one, sign up today. Go to mywvuchart.com. Just download the app. Take control of your health with the folks at WVU Medicine and My WVU Chart. Check it out. And
It's easy to use.
Very helpful.
if you see me in public, I have Hoppy's password. We can get all of his medical records. Just let me know. Just let me know
Oh
what
my
you need.
gosh,
All
it's
right,
scary.
Let's jump in here. We had a great event yesterday, and Nikki Izzo Brown has been doing this for a number of years. This was an event that was put together by Diversified Energy. It took place yesterday, so Sunday, March 1, at the Caperton Indoor Practice Facility. And what it is their annual 4 against 4 breast cancer tournament.
4v4, as it's often referred to in the industry.
4v4. And what they do is they play 4-on-4 soccer inside the Caperton facility. And the money that is raised goes to the WVU Cancer Institute. And Nikki has her ladies there organizing, coaching, and they spend time with the kids throughout the day. And there are some of the shots. Everyone's wearing pink for cancer awareness, and they just have a big time. They set up the smaller goals, and they get after it, 4v4. And they've been doing this for a number of years. So we thank Diversified Energy, and we thank the Cancer Institute. Dr. Hannah Hazard, thank her. She was able to give us a couple of those picks from the event, and we look forward to doing that with them. But thanks so much. It was a good event.
So that's a great job. So thanks to Diversified Energy for putting that on there, and goes to a wonderful cause, obviously. So another fun event. Busy weekend with events, wasn't it?
We are busy because coming up on March the 26th, it's WVU's Day of Giving. And once again, our beer, Connection 304 Fund, will be featured among the WVU Cancer Institute funds that you can donate to. Our three guys' goal is $10,000 to be raised that day. We'll talk more about that, especially on social media. And another thing that we do for the Cancer Institute, now this is way down the road, save your date, 17th of July. 17th of July, this will be the third year we're involved with the Cancer Golf Classic at Stonewall. And we're working toward raising $100,000 with that event. And if you'd like to be part of that, just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. But we do it at Stonewall, trying to get Sean Kovich and Jen Greeny down there.
Awesome.
Greeny.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
Greeny's almost like
she's the fourth guy of three guys.
She's the fourth.
Yeah.
Well, maybe fifth after homeless, but
yeah, absolutely.
Greeny's. She's
and also we got the Cancer Gala coming up at Nemacolin in April 17 and 18. So we got, you know what they say, Brad? We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on. All right, let's jump in here, man. Ready? Textual Healing. Good morning, guys. I live in Talamo, Georgia. Had tickets to the Mountaineer baseball game against Kennesaw State. My son, a talented rising baseball player at Lanier Christian Academy, North Georgia, hoping to get a picture made with Coach Sabins Friday. He's so excited to see the Mountaineers finally play in person. Thanks, guys, for making Talamo, Georgia, Mountaineer Nation. And I wrote back to him. I said, Steve's very, very easy to get in. And there he is.
There he is.
There's Steve with the young fella. And so he had his picture made there. West Virginia took 2 of 3 from Kennesaw State. So congratulations. And this one hits right back at what we were talking about in regard to cancer. I got a note. There was a gentleman by the name of James from Grafton years ago. He made us some keychains. Remember the keychains they made us?
Still have mine.
He wanted to let me know that there's a young 10-year-old from Grafton. His name is Caden, that right now is in WVU Children's Hospital battling a type of lymphoma. Huge Mountaineer baseball fan, enjoys being outside, young man, and the whole community of Grafton fighting for him. He said, I wonder if you guys would help send this along to the baseball team, see if they could go pay this young man a visit to help him in his battle. I immediately turned it over, sent it over to Steve, and Steve immediately put a video together, sent it over to him, and then they were just getting ready to leave on the road, but they're going to take care and make sure that their presence is felt, and we wish Caden the very, very best.
Thinking about Caden.
Yep.
Keep fighting, brother.
Texter said, I appreciate Hoppy's concern over chocolate bloom for long-term storage. You may recall my suggestion of storing it in a cool, dry place like a basement. You can prevent chocolate bloom by keeping temperatures stable. Keep it in a dark room, low humidity, hence why the basement on a shelf is the perfect storage location. So we were at the event the other night at BW3, and I said to Groover, I said, can you believe his stuff on this chocolate bloom? Have you ever heard of chocolate bloom? And Groover told me, well, I worked for a number of years in the chocolate business in Belgium.
Big chocolate.
Well, excuse me?
In Belgium. Worked in
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's the first I heard of
and
that.
I go, you know, I give him this one. I go, you know about this bloom? He goes, oh, yeah. Yeah. He knew all about bloom.
Groover.
Yeah, Groover worked in the chocolate industry.
He worked for Big Chocolate in
Big
Belgium?
Chocolate.
He did.
That's international
Belgium.
chocolate.
What, Big chocolate?
Yeah.
Really?
How often do you hear about Belgian chocolate?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yep. Charlie from Midlothian.
I got to get more on that.
It's been confirmed that Hoppy scooped Pete Thamel in regard to the chocolate bloom story. Curious as to what Ross's reaction was with the refs when you expressed your disgust over the lack of the BYU coach not getting teed up for going on the court following Amir taking that charge from DeBonsa.
Oh, you guys lost your...
Does he work the refs, especially when Chance and Belo are getting mauled at the rim and Wright gets all those ticky-tack fouls?
Well,
I was stunned.
That story was well documented on the broadcast.
Texter, FYI, Javon Small had another strong game last night, was also in the starting lineup when the Grizzlies played Golden State. Played well, very confident. His numbers are increasingly impressive. So far this season, Javon Small, 25 games with Memphis, 17 minutes a game, averaging 8 points, shooting 43 from 3.
Yikes.
81 at the free throw line. Jordan.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Even at the next level. I mean, same dude.
Yeah.
Same dude.
Jordan from Lorona, West Virginia, which is in southern Mercer County. It's unincorporated. On Tuesday, a new Mountaineer was born. We laugh about it.
Just your geographic insights.
I had to look it up. I had not seen Lorona.
Good job.
Unincorporated.
Glad you did.
Unincorporated in southern Mercer County. On Tuesday, a new Mountaineer was born. I had a talk with my wife first that was in labor that morning that she would have to have him by 7 p.m. so we could watch the game together.
I probably wouldn't have done that.
Needless to say, 2 hours later, he was here, and that night we were able to listen to Tony and Brad. Also, off topic here, with the student section being moved behind the basket in Hope Coliseum, has there been any talk of moving the students for football behind the end zone, take up wasted space, it would create more paying seats in the Hume Hodefield advantage? Well, the three of us are all retired from any suggestions regarding ticketing, seat placement,
Do not
any stuff
get
like
involved.
that.
I'm out.
Whatever happens, we'll let you know.
Got smart people in charge of that. They can handle.
Gary from Elkins wants to do obvious
Elkins'
observations.
presence on the show today.
Heavy Elkins.
Gary from Elkins wants to do his obvious observations. Free throws. Wow, what a turnaround. Not only did we get to the line, we shot it well. Turnovers, huge. We got sloppy late. Overall, great. This was a takeaway from Tony's comments last show. The officials, this game, let them play. From what I saw in my seat and Hope, big screen, the refs let them bang and defend, provided our guys didn't get handsy. DeBonsa and Wright, as you all stated in the preview, real deal. Love the show. I hope there are more than 799 episodes. On to K-State. Texter, hey, three guys. Jay and Becky from Midlothian here.
Big in Midlothian.
Made it up for our first hoop game since Baylor in 2020.
Wow.
Well,
Happy to get another ranked W. Hope you enjoyed the new honey-roasted peanut M&Ms. We're going to bring them down to you, but took the opportunity when we saw you guys heading away from the practice facility. Just wanted to tell you how much we enjoy three guys, Brad and Tony on the game broadcast. Becky normally does not watch. She only listens. We hate Hoppy was not in attendance to get one of President Benson's birthday cupcakes. Thanks.
Well, Jay and Becky. What'd you do with the M&Ms? Did you eat them all?
They're right in that bag.
Ooh.
I've been hitting a little bit. I'm 3, 4 at a time.
I did not know you.
Very unique. Very unique taste. Honey, peanut M&Ms.
Well, thanks, Jay and Becky.
Yeah.
Texter, big headline is the win over BYU. Shout out to the Mountaineer baseball team at Kennesaw State. Leadoff batter yesterday with West Virginia showing up big, and Kennesaw State fans noted our turnout. Look at this. So there's the opening there.
Oh, it's a nice owl behind home plate. I like that.
Now look
That's
at
well
the
done.
crowd. Look at the West Virginia folks. They were there.
As you say, Tony,
They
Mountaineer fans show up.
They'll show up. They'll show up. Texter, hey, TC, Uncle Hoppy, Senator Spread. This is a pretty good one. Our boy Tommy Boy. Now,
Yeah, he's from
Tommy Boy
Independence, I
sends us
believe.
pineapples. He sends us cases of root beer. He sends us like a lot of stuff. This is Tommy Boy from Independence.
Okay.
Hope you all are doing well. I wanted to let you know that I'm enclosing a picture of LaFonso Ellis from today, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. I'm taking the flight out of Morgantown to Dallas, and Alfonso was on it.
He's a great player.
LaFonso was one of the nicest guys ever. He said he loved coming to Morgantown, especially with the atmosphere. Also, FYI, please let people know that Morgantown's airport staff is great, friendly, courteous. Hopefully one day they'll start offering flights to Myrtle and Florida like Clarksburg does. As always, Tony, as always, thank you for your great support. There he is in the plane. Basically, he's got LaFonso.
got him in a headlock.
Yeah, got LaFonso Ellis in a headlock.
Was he on
Bodying him.
the TV broadcast?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was an awesome player.
Yeah,
he was.
I like him. Does a good job.
Yeah. Different
In my
hairdo.
opinion.
Different hairdo. Remember he used to have didn't he have like the super long dreads? Remember that? Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. He did.
I'll
He
check.
did. This was a pretty good picture. Made you want to be there. Celebrating another Mountaineer win at Turks and Caicos.
Oh.
Efforting. Look at that dude.
Oh, that's nice.
That's Bill Lester, hometown Oceana, class of 90, now lives in Caledonia, Mississippi. Look at that water.
That's nice.
Hoppy.
Oh, my gosh.
That's Turks and Caicos water.
That is nice.
Whoo, is that blue?
That's a good spot to be.
Yeah.
How's Silvafonso getting that plane at Morgantown? He's 6'8".
Oh, he's a big dude. Good, great player. Texter. Well, guys, this has nothing to do with sports, but I needed to get it off my chest. There's a major commercial that's on the radio, and it goes on, and it says, to Wheelan. I lived at 79 years in West Virginia before chasing our grandkids to Lexington, and I never heard Wheelan. He's mispronounced. Apparently, there's a commercial out there that doesn't say Wheeling.
It says Wheelan?
Yeah. Speaking of Wheeling, hang on a second. I got something.
What are you doing? Hey, Brad, speaking of Alfonso Ellis, who played at Notre Dame and played for Digger Phelps, what the heck has happened to Notre Dame?
Yeah, they're struggling.
They're not putting the money in it.
Is that what it is?
They're not buying players. Don't have players. Anyway, speaking of Wheeling, someone sent me this. You know they're doing did you know this? Coming up in April, there's a tribute dinner for legendary writer Doug Huff.
Oh.
Do you know that he was named the 8th most important person in the history of high school sports by Max Preps?
Wow, that's a heck of a.
And so on April, just to let you know, if you know Doug and you'd like to attend, Sunday, April 19, Capitol Theater Ballroom in Wheeling, they're having a tribute dinner for legendary Doug Huff.
Just sit and pick his brain. He's seen a few games.
That's pretty neat.
Gracious.
Speaking of Wheeling, I'll be up there on Friday, Hop.
Excuse me?
Friday and Saturday. MEC tournament starts this week. We're into tournament time. Talk about some great basketball.
That
Small
is.
college basketball. It's fun.
See it on Metro News Sports?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's TV app.
This next gentleman's
Good
got
point,
a
thank you.
problem. My first time I was invited, took it literally, and I've not been invited to another one since. There's the sign. Why am I the only one naked at the gender reveal party? You get that, Hoppy? You get that?
Naked.
Guy went to he's heard there was a gender reveal party, so he showed up naked.
Oh, I
Wanted
get
to
it.
review.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was a little slow on the uptick on that.
Texter. The Joe in Charleston likes the new Big 12 basketball deal. 3 games on Fox in the Coliseum, wins over BYU, KU. Close one against Texas Tech, good national exposure. I think the new TV deal does give you. I mean, Fox is doing a fantastic job on these games.
And, you know, I listen to you guys, but I watched Fox on the lead up. And you know, I mean, the attraction was Debanza, right? I mean, nationally, that's the story. Debanza. And then what, but, I mean, that's what it was, and that's okay, because, again, that's the story.
Yeah.
That's the story.
They didn't have to tell you about A.J. Debonsa. You were on that early.
Oh,
Oh,
I,
yeah.
of course, was on it. But what makes it a great national story is people tune in. Why would people tune in nationally for that game? Because of Debanza, right?
Yeah.
Not because of West Virginia. And then West Virginia pulls the upset, wins the game. I mean, that's a great storyline, right, Brad? Because the whole game, they're worried about, like, when's Debanza going to go off? What about Debanza? He's an NBA pick. And then West Virginia comes up, does a great job defensively. And it forces the storyline to change during the game. To talk about West Virginia players and what West Virginia's doing. So the storyline changes.
Probably should have talked about Brennan Laureate in the pregame.
Well, they did the obvious. Talked about Honor Huff, which they should have. But so that was a great opportunity for West Virginia.
3 guys before the game brought to us by Tutor's Biscuit World. Start your day the 3 guys way with a Tutor's Biscuit. It is biscuit season. You know, getting lighter now. So you pop up
Lighter
get up a little bit early. You make it over to Tutor's.
Well, until next weekend.
You get
till this weekend.
What's this weekend?
Don't the clocks change?
Is that this weekend?
Let me check.
No, that early? No.
Yeah, it's early. It's early.
It's really early?
Yeah, it's early.
Oh,
You
that
might
would
be right.
That would be a grand day.
You might be on
Tutor's,
that.
well, it's just another hour earlier that you can get to Tutor's Biscuit. You know, they are doing franchise
March 8th.
opportunities. March 8th.
Is that right?
It's coming
How
Sunday.
about that?
Yeah. Spring forward.
Wow.
That's fabulous.
Great.
Be light later.
Listen, you can go get a Tutor's anytime. Get it in the morning. Get it at lunch.
Morning,
Get it in the afternoon.
The amount of light does not change the ability to get a biscuit.
You know,
Or how good it tastes.
President Benson
need a couple right now.
had his son there at the game the other day.
Yeah. His son who works for Politico.
And he came over to me and said, had a Tutor's.
Oh, did he?
He went Tutor's.
He liked it.
He's in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So franchise opportunities are available as well for Tutor's Biscuit. They've got over 70 locations. If you're thinking entrepreneurial, unbelievable brand equity and brand recognition with a Tutor's Biscuit franchise. Check it out, Tutor's Biscuits.
That's Sam.
Okay. Yeah, very good.
Sam Benson.
Yeah, President was in, had his birthday same day as your birthday.
Same day as my birthday.
That's great. So the rest of our week is this. The world champion Mountaineers play tomorrow night at Kansas State. We'll be back in this studio early Thursday. We will recap the K-State game, preview the UCF game, which is Friday. It's not a Saturday game. It's a Friday night game. West Virginia, weird, for some reason, and I'm totally good with it, is playing its final regular season game on Friday. Everyone else plays on Saturday.
Yeah.
And to this point, I put this tweet out yesterday, but to this point, West Virginia is going to finish anywhere between 6 and 10 in the league.
There's that middle. Everybody's 8-8.
What did we
7-8, 8-7.
Yeah, we said going into the season, we said we thought there'd be a giant middle in this league.
And there is.
There is.
Well, you'd like to have that TCU game back or that Utah game back.
Regardless, West Virginia will exceed its preseason pick of 11. The big games we're watching now this week, Oak State UCF, BYU Cincy, TCU Tech, and then Saturday, Texas Tech at BYU, Cincy at TCU. The net rankings, West Virginia went from 65 to 59, but among these schools, TCU, UCF, Cincinnati, and Baylor, West Virginia still has the poorest net ranking. And none of the brackets have West Virginia in. So you still have opportunity. You could go 10-8 in this league. And I was looking at it last night. That would be the first time since
2010.
No. It's a winning record in the conference.
Oh, okay.
Winning record in the conference. Like, that's only happened. Like, you would be stunned how few winning records West Virginia has had in the Big 12 over the last several years. It kind of got away from you. So this is Ross, Darren, Josh, Hugs. It's been like 5 years since West Virginia had a winning record in the league.
Yeah, take care of your business. Win on Tuesday. We'll have some more things to discuss if you win on Tuesday, as it's set up in that finale. But I'll say again, you said it in the beginning, I just give a lot of credit to this entire program for, one, how it's conducted its business all year, but two, you go through the first 3-game losing streak of the year, and you stand up and get a huge win like that against BYU. Shows what these guys
resilience, and show up and play one of your most complete games.
Yeah, which is what these guys do.
Yeah. One last picture.
Now do it again.
We got our picture.
By the way, now do it again.
Yeah.
Brad and I got our picture made on Saturday. Hoppy, you used to run around the state capitol.
I did.
Hey, Jake, put that picture up there.
No, so you with Larry Pack.
Larry Pack.
State treasurer.
Yeah, he is. State treasurer. We got a picture made with him.
He's probably there to make sure that all the money is being accounted for
Absolutely.
properly.
Absolutely. Proper accounting.
You guys got your checks?
Well, so the big highlight for us is that I said to him when I walked up to him to get the picture, I said, did you get that at Fine Looking Phil? He goes, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
there was a lot of Daniels gear.
A lot of Daniels
gear in that picture.
It just shows the versatility of Fine Looking Phil.
You can be in more of a
comfortable,
nice looking casual quarter zip, or you can dress it up in the sport coats.
Where do you think this shirt came from?
Yours?
Fine Looking Phil.
That's a nice one.
That was a nice one.
By the way, there are some new sport coats. Did you see that one I was wearing? There's some new sport coats that have just dropped over there. If you're interested.
Oh,
Normally I plug the Western. He's got some elite spring sport coats over there.
Plus, I got these.
Oh, look at you stepping up, Hoppy. Can't get you in a shot, but anyway, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Thanks for being with us, everyone. That's episode 700. He can't get his leg down. Episode 701. We, again, will be back on Thursday to recap Kansas State and look ahead to UCF. Three Guys brought to us by GoMart. Get that GoMart Rewards card/app. Download it from the App Store, and it's worth it. Trust me. By Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. By Tutor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way with a Tutor's Biscuit. By Comax Business Systems. Keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, efficient for 25 years. By Jan Dills Attorneys at Law. They won't take no for an answer. Connley CPA Group provides value beyond numbers. And by WVU Medicine. Textual Healing, brought to us by them. The exclusive healthcare provider for all Mountaineers, including you. All right, special thank you. We really put Jake, our producer, busy today. He had pictures,
Lot of
still
things.
photos, all
Responded.
kind. Jake doesn't even blink.
He's resilient.
He is. He got a hard edge.
Handled it.
Hey, we got. By the way, football starts this week.
It
March
does.
7.
Yeah.
March 7.
Press conference tomorrow by the head ball coach.
It is. I know. Big press conference. All right, we're out. See y'all. Be good.